Do you take notes in a creative way, or is it just straight text in a notebook? Hello, hello. My name is Linda, also known as Tortagialla around the internet. I love creative journaling and all things stationery. And welcome to another episode of my Journal Show and Tell series. And this time around, I'm actually doing something a little bit different because I am sharing a journal that is not really like creative art journaling kind of stuff, but rather this is a note taking kind of journal. Basically, I like to take a lot of online classes and I basically take notes and do maybe the exercises or related work inside a journal, like this one. So, this is a handmade journal. I made this with a piece of scrap leather and I lined the inside and then I just sewed in a whole bunch of signatures of paper and made this journal myself for note taking. So it is a trifold. You can see I glued in some Velcro there for the closure, and let me just show you the leather itself. It's quite a thin type of leather in this tan color. You can see there's lots of wear and tear here where it folds over. I really just like the texture, but on the inside I used some decorative paper. It's like that very common like Italian decorative paper that you find in like touristy areas, so it's very thin. So this whole cover is very like floppy. So you can see this is just the beginning of the journal. I have an opening page where I just have some deco and some collage where I talk about, creative businesses and just going for it, basically. So the very first class I have in here, it's Make Art That Sells, and they have a website and they have very many classes, and I've actually taken quite a few. But here I started this notebook with this particular one of the classes that I took. So I created like sort of an opening page and then some journaling with my intentions. And then I just have notes regarding each one of the weeks that was in the course, and just like notes on tips and things like that that I wanted to make note of. And if there was interaction in the class, I actually like screenshotted things and like added them in there as well. So it's like semi decorative, but of course it has like the written notes as well. And of course, these are like art classes, so it also has my art that I created for the class within it. And so I just considered this sort of like creative note taking, like a little bit more interesting than just writing notes like straight long form. And that's what I mean by creative note taking, in that when you journal and take notes about something, it doesn't necessarily have to just be like taking notes long form. You can also do collage and drawing and add your stickers, add deco, and sort of make it like a very fun experience. And I think that kind of thing really helps me to like get through a course and want to flip through it again and also review some of the things. So of course there are long form like journaling tidbits, and I've used like some memo paper. So these are like A5 memo sheets that actually pasted onto the paper and journaled on. Of course, you could have just directly journaled on the pages as well, but I just like the whole decorative part. And of course, there's a lot of doodling. Again, long form journaling as well as doodling and note taking and drawing, sort of like, I guess you can consider it a little bit like visual note taking. Like on the left hand side here, really what I'm doing is just writing the words, in a decorative sense for this particular, lesson that we had. But there's definitely a lot of like journaling as well, depending on the prompts or what the course might have been about, and what it might have asked you to like sort of journal. So these couple classes that I took from Make Art That Sells, Maths, is in here. And lots of writing, lots of note taking, drawing as well, and including my own artwork as well, tipping like little parts in if I ever needed like more space or wanted to include something sort of over a specific part of journaling. But as I flip through and look back at these things, I realize like how much more fun it is to do something like this when it comes to taking a course or learning something, to do this sort of like creative, like mixed media kind of note taking. It sort of takes you through the course and through the material, and at the same time, like you are taking notes, but also creating at the same time. And I just really like that sort of mesh of everything. And I think that lately there has been a lot of like videos and things like that of people doing like commonplace books, and they're very like text heavy. And even though I love to watch that and I see it and I feel like it's attractive to me, in reality, that is not me. I'm not like that kind of text heavy journaler, I guess you can say. I'm very like mixed media, and I like this kind of thing where yes, there's some long form journaling, but there's also like doodling and stickers and collage and papers and all kinds of other stuff. So I just wanted to share this because I felt like this urge to really share with all of you that taking notes and things like that can be very fun. You might also have to like study for something, an exam, or something that I'm also doing personally as well. And I'm realizing like it doesn't have to be like pulling teeth, you know what I mean, when you don't like that type of studying and like pure text form. You can really make it fun and journal and note take in a way that makes you learn the material and go through it, but still have fun throughout the process and be creative. Let yourself sort of do all these things. I have another course in here that's by Elisa Burke, but I'm just gonna sort of skip through it because I don't know if it's okay to like share all of the stuff. And then later on, I do have a lot of journaling of goals from like year to year that I've put into this notebook as well. And you can see that it is a mix of like journaling, pictures, collage, drawing, just sort of a big mix of things. And I sort of needed the reminder for myself that this is something that I very much enjoy, and I don't have to jump into that trend of how people are doing like commonplacing or note taking, and it's very like text heavy with the little dots of color that like it doesn't work for me and my brain really at all. So I very much more like this kind of creative note taking, and I guess that's what I'm going to call it in terms of like a creative note taking journal style, if you could call it that. So that's really just what I wanted to share this time around. I actually do still have pages in this particular journal that I'm going to add to, of course, when I take like my next online class. But yeah, when I came across it, I just realized that I had never shared this before, so I wanted to share it to just sort of impart this notion of like there's no right way to take notes or to journal, and you can get creative with your note taking to make the whole process of learning more fun and creative at the same time. So that's really all that I wanted to share in this journal flip through and this journal show and tell series. So thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you didn't already know, I am a graphic designer, and I am building my community on Ko-fi. So you can hop on over there. The links are in the description. You can check it out. But basically, if you join as a member, you get access to all my digital printables there to download for your journaling and collage. Of course, I also have a website at tortagialla.com, and I post totally free printables there if you want to just go on and check it out and try it for yourself. So thank you so much for supporting me here. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe and comment down in the comments below if you have a question or some feedback. Thanks so much, and until next time, bye bye.